Okay, so this is part 8 of the Victoria Empire Under the Sun walkthrough / tutorial. And by now, if you've already got the idea, you don't really need to see the rest of the videos. Don't feel you have to sit through them just for the sake of it. It's going to be more of the same. This is again another military one, just in case for those people who didn't get it the first time, or just wanted to, see how it turned out. I think you can probably guess how it's going to turn out. I wouldn't put these up if I'd completely got my ass kicked, so, well, I might have. Probably wouldn't have, though. So yeah, controlling armies is pretty simple in this game. I'm going to try not to repeat too many of my points, though. Let's think about some of the things that I haven't mentioned about this game. Where do your soldiers come from? Well, there's the mobilization pool that you are adding to every time, and then you can mobilize, demobilize. If you mobilize for long periods of time, like years, everyone hates you after a while, and it may not show up in the relations, as in plus 200, minus 200, whatever, but it shows up in terms of like your bad boy score. And this is it's called a cheat, but it's not really a cheat. It's if you press F12 and you type in bad boy, you know what your bad boy figure is. If you've ever played Hearts of Iron, it's basically like your belligerence value. And when you can have a really high belligerence, everyone wants to just kill you. They really hate you. It's like being Nazi Germany in 1945 or whatever. Everyone wants to kick fucking bells out of you. And here's where I think I do a transition, because I didn't want to make this video too painfully long. And if you've got a border, especially with Britain, and you've got a bad high bad boy score, they literally they will attack you at every opportunity. So you got to be careful. You don't want to mobilize all the time. Also, it's expensive, and then you start getting riots as well. Because guess what? You mobilize all your peasantry, your entire nation, basically, all your manpower. They're going to get a bit fed up of being called up to duty all the time, and also it weakens you long term. So the other thing to be doing is just to have a standing army, and for that you need manpower, you need those resources. You get the resources by importing them or creating them in factories. And if you're wondering where do you get your manpower from, you got to increase the defense budget. Alternatively, you can manually go into provinces like we were doing with the pops earlier with the factories, and instead of changing them into craftsmen, change them into soldiers, and that increases the manpower that you see on the top left of the screen. It's like it's not quite where the crown or the military icon is. It's just a little bit to the right, and that's where you get your manpower. And that's one way of doing it. And then you go into that military screen with the cannon on the right hand side of the crown, and you go to create army, and then you create however many divisions you want, and each division is worth 10,000. You can get a special type of infantry, but really I don't see the point. It costs sort of extra resources, and for me it's a little bit too complicated. I like just sticking with the normal ones, but everyone's slightly differently. You can get you can get cavalry, you can get tanks later on in the game. I pretty much stick to infantry just because for me it keeps things simple. If you want to negotiate, I've probably already spoken quite a lot about negotiating. Your power is all in how weakened they are and how much of their territory you already own. That's how strong your negotiating position is. And remember, if you're kind of negotiating for satellite status and war indemnities, it's going to be pretty high. So you've got to have them pretty beaten. Don't think about the first time you play this game, don't think about satelliting the United States of America or Great Britain. It can happen. You can, but the first time round, it's probably not likely to. You'd have to have an exceptional set of circumstances, or spend an awful long time on the game, saving, then loading again before you actually got lucky. There, I didn't even have to demobilize the units individually. You just go to the military screen, you just click demobilize, and all the units that you had just vanish. They're still in your mobilization pool, but they're just left in your cities and towns and stuff. So that's a really useful one to know. So ultimately, you should play nice when playing this game. You don't want to get a bad boy score too much. As you see there, the bad boy, by the way, if you've got more than 30, it's like you're pretty much hated. It's like, as I said, the belligerence value in Hearts of Iron. It's how other nations perceive you, and they really want to just attack you whenever possible. So you'll get, one nation declare war on you, the next declare war on you, the next. It's literally kind of like Medieval 2 Total War as well. I mean, they never ended. It was like almost a never-ending process of everyone invading you. It's ridiculous. But so here I was, kind of getting rid of the defensive alliance, only to replace it with a normal alliance. I kind of spoken about that already. It was just so that when I attack someone, I can call upon Prussia, I can call upon the Ottoman Empire, I can call upon France and say, you guys will fight, and they will. It's like 100% certainty, which is important. So it's not just like, because if you have an alliance with another country in this game, they can back out when they're satellited. They can't really, unless they actually attack you and declare war on you, which is almost never. So I'm pretty certain on that note. And so what do you do once you've done a war? You get your country to have prestige, you get your country to be industrially mighty by creating railroads and factories. So I probably won't do too many more of these videos. Hopefully you get the idea by now. It's not a simple game, it's pretty complex, but you know what, it's also very rewarding. There's a lot of depth to it. So for now, that's me.